I believe in the heavens above, and I believe in truth. I believe in the love we have, because I believe in you. So tell me, do you feel the way that I feel? And tell me, would you give what I'm willing to give? And I believe in honesty, and I believe it's true, and I believe if you satisfy, it will come back to you. And I believe that things were meant to really be, and I believe in the love we have, because I believe in you.
And we are live, I think. This is icurecancer.com for the last time. Ian Jacklin, I'm actually here. My wonderful, beautiful co-host, J. Cynthia Brooks, are you there?
I am.
Cynthia,
Hi.
are you not there? No. Oh, hello.
Yes, I am.
Okay. And now you are
Can you hear
officially
me?
not my... Oh, no, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Yes, yes. Do you hear me? Hello?
I do hear you.
Okay,
You can't hear
so we're
me.
good. All right, so you are officially now... Yes, I can hear you. You can't hear me.
We hear.
Issue?
I think
Yeah.
we have feedback. I think we have a delay going on here.
Okay, how you guys hearing me?
I hear you fine.
Yes.
Okay, I think
You
we're
hear me?
good. You guys,
I hear you.
you guys just take it and roll with it, and I'm muting up and listening in the background.
Okay, can you hear me, Cynthia?
Okay. I can hear you. Can you hear me, Ian?
Yes, but it sounds like we're about 20 seconds delay.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do about that, Vincent?
You know what I bet it's going to be is this internet that I have through satellite connections. Let's go with it, and just realize that you have a delay if you ask any a question to each other or something like that. So let's just go with it and see how it goes. This is I broadcast Thursday.
Okay,
night.
I'll start.
Okay, go ahead, you guys.
Okay, well, so let's see if this works. I'm going to talk for a bit real quick and just say that I'm giving this show, or this time slot, I'm too busy, folks. I'm shooting I Cure Cancer Part 2 Baby Killers. I have my YouTube show for Zen Live TV, and I'm also writing a screenplay and producing a screenplay, Hemp Boxer, which hopefully will be out within a year or so. I want to go from making documentaries to a dramatic piece, sort of like the, is it Dallas Buyers Club or Texas Buyers Club with Matthew McConaughey, a film similar to that about AIDS, but it's going to be about cancer. And of course, the character will be a martial artist fighting in the UFC. So that's what I'm working on, and a number of things. So I just can't handle all these shows. So Cynthia has been grateful enough to step in for me and handle this show. So as of this moment on, she is the host of this time slot. She can tell you what the new show is going to be called, and I am her first guest. So I will let you run the show, my darling.
Okay. I'm just curious if can we do a little test here on the delay? Are you still, because I'm not hearing a delay from you now.
Okay, well that was pretty good. You were about 5 seconds later than I would expect it, but it's close enough. So, welcome to your new show. What is your new show called, my darling?
Well, it's called Cancer Kickers, and it's the show that I've been working on actually for years and putting it together. And excuse me, what was interesting was I have been trying to put this together, and I didn't have exact crystal clarity in my mind exactly how I wanted the show to go. And Ian had left a message for me, this was a couple of weeks ago, that he was just too busy for this show as well. And it was on a Friday night, and I woke up the next morning, Saturday morning, crystal clear about how I want the show to go. It just completely formed in my mind. It was awesome, and it was so interesting, the timing of it. I'm still learning about time and timing and all of that. It's still a journey, and it's interesting, and I'm just still trying to learn it, but it kind of just fell right into my lap perfectly in the perfect time.
Yeah, right on.
So anyway, yeah, it's going to be more, let's see, it's going to be information. I want to have several guests on, and I'm lining them up. Actually, there's going to be, authorities and knowledge, but as well as I want to incorporate the family members and interview them, of those who have been, cancer or any, life-threatening disease, and hear their journeys and their stories. It's just because it's such a part of my life now, it seems as though I am working with family members just as much as I am with cancer patients now. So it's going to take that format for a while. And Vanessa Logan, if anybody tuned in last week, Vanessa Logan is going to be my co-host. And she always adds such a flair of comedy, which I really like because I went off on a big dissertation last week, so I won't do it again. But I did use comedy as a huge part of my healing process. And I want to incorporate a little bit of that into the show. And so that's pretty much the foundation, and then we're just going to see where it goes from there and take a big ride, and I'm really looking forward to it. But Ian had the idea, as this is the last ICureCancer.com show, that he would just sort of pass over the baton, but then I had the idea that I thought just for the first show it would be so fun to interview him, because I don't know if I've ever interviewed you. Have I, Ian?
I don't think so, no.
Awesome. Yeah. I've done so many interviews with you, and it just dawned on me I've never interviewed Ian. So let's get this ball rolling. I think my first question, and I think what everybody would love to know is, and this is going to be interesting with the delay, but I think everybody wants to know when it was that you first realized that you loved men.
Okay, very funny. Next question. Very funny. Coming from my ex-girlfriend, by the way, folks. We used to date. Was I gay then? Sorry, I'm having fun with this time delay. Might actually work.
Yeah, touche. So, the thing is, I'm sure everybody knows, Ian was world champion kickboxer at one time, and what was interesting to me is I've read a bit about the different champions in kickboxing, and particularly Mike Tyson. And you had one time mentioned something happened to you when you were a little boy that, kind of inspired you, not inspired, something painful happened, which led to your next step of wanting to become a kickboxer. Is that right? Do I have that right?
Well, my friend got beat up in front of me in grade 9, first day of grade 9, which isn't dramatic enough, especially when you're at a big school. I go from a small public school of, maybe 500 in all 8 grades to H.B. Beale Secondary School, 2,000 people, and that was scary enough. And then when one of my best friends got beat up in front of me, I got held down and I watched it, and I was just so devastated by that I couldn't do anything. And after seeing the Bruce Lee movies where this one little Asian dude could just go and kill like 10 guys at once or 20 guys at once, I just started studying martial arts, got my mom to put me in karate. And I just didn't like being unable to, I never wanted to go and beat anybody up, but I love being able to stop others from beating others up. and not really having to worry about getting hurt. So that's kind of nice. The martial arts did that for me. So yeah, basically I saw a wrong and I wanted to right it and I couldn't because I wasn't physically big enough or strong enough or capable of fighting to beat 3 or 4 guys yet. So anyway, lesson learned, and now I can beat lots of guys up at the same time and protect whoever it is that I love.
And I'm curious, when you first started kickboxing, I'm curious how that went with you having both man and lady parts down there.
Okay, I see where you're going with this one. Okay. You're just messing around. Dude, I thought we were going to have a nice, serious... I thought we were going to have a real serious talk and that.
I can't help but come in. Am I on the mic too while I'm talking?
No, you're good. We can hear you.
I'm sorry, what was that, Vincent?
Okay, I just couldn't resist coming in here because you guys got me busted up over here, Jason. You know what? I'd like to come in with you guys just a little bit. I understand, Ian, that you have so much going on and it's so time consuming. We're gonna miss you, but maybe in quieter days we'll see you back over here. And you are really just for me one of the jewels in my crown that I played the part in getting you over here. I've just really enjoyed meeting so many great people, and it seems it's really weird. Like down the line, we'll find we're connected with somebody else on Facebook, with somebody just that we might meet, and so it's really great that we can connect and share our information and ideas. Wonderful meeting you, Jay Cynthia. So I look forward to. I think I'm pretty much set up here now. I've got the internet, satellite. Radio or satellite internet. I'm sorry. So if this delay isn't a problem, I think we'll really be good.
Okay, right on. Well, and it's been a pleasure having you as a friend too, and I definitely am going to stay in touch with you guys. Yeah, with UCY TV. Anytime you want to have me back, I'd love to come back. I just can't have that on my calendar every Saturday because with traveling with the filming of my documentary, and then and now I've got a writer to help me write the script, Hemp Boxer, which is going to be an award-winning film, folks. You got to look at this. Cynthia, thank you for taking me out last night to the potential meeting of Susan Sarandon, because I know once those people see what my project's all about, they're going to want to put it up on the wall next to the some of the other ones I saw there, which were pretty amazing projects too. So what was that called that we went to last night? And tell our listeners a bit about that, Cynthia.
Yeah, it's another interesting timing thing. My friend Norma, who, she's a brilliant writer. She's a dear, dear, dear friend. And, she's actually working on her book right now as a patient of medical marijuana. And, she's been telling me about this woman, Kathy Eldon, for quite some time. And for whatever reason, and I was actually supposed to go to a gathering in the fall, and something had come up and I couldn't make it and just couldn't get that rendezvous going down. And, she'd tell me bits and pieces about it and couldn't quite, again, get the clarity. It just didn't land. And then we had a conversation last week. I think it was Tuesday. And all of a sudden, I understood exactly what Norma was trying to tell me about her dear friend, Kathy Eldon, and her foundation, which is called Creative Visions. And quite interesting that this woman, Kathy, she spent a great deal of time in Kenya and with her husband's work. And she had 2 children, and one, her son, in short, he was what am I trying to say? He was a reporter, sorry about that, and went to report on something. A number of reporters found, and he was a photojournalist as well, that was what I was reaching for, went to something that was going down, that was not good, and was mistaken for part of the disturbance and got killed, and so did some other photojournalists. So Kathy created this whole foundation over the years called Creative Visions, and it's there to assist anyone in media in any way that they can to assist with the projects. It's about bringing people who care together, people who care about others and want to help others The list goes on, but it's just amazing and beautiful foundation. And they have these gatherings every now and then, and Ian and I went to it. We were invited and went to it. That all these amazing people, really interesting. I mean, everything. It was just so much fun. And oddly enough, I sat for a while and spoke with a man named Jerry. Hi, Jerry. And he's a brilliant astrologer. And he sat there and out of nowhere just started doing a reading on me. And I would love to have him on my show as a guest because over the years, I used to co-host Spiritually Speaking Live in 010, 011 as well. And that show went on. We were on 5 days a week. So we had a ton of guests. And I was always being offered, because I don't care, so I was always being offered as the guinea pig. So there was tons of, astrologers, spiritualists, psychics, the list goes on. And I was the one constantly being read. And it was great because I kind of got like so many different readings from so many different people. I kind of compiled my list of my top 5 that I loved, and I want to have them back on the show as well. But he did like one of the best readings of my life right off of his iPhone. He just looked at my chart and started saying this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. And I was really blown away. He did a really great job. So there were so many people like that into all different things and all mainly just of service. So I thought it would be a good match. And Susan Sarandon had jumped in as well, I was told, and wants to help documentary filmmakers finish their films. So we're trying to hook Ian and Susan up with that about him. And I know if she saw, the minute she sees his films, his documentary, she's going to love it. So it was really, and we just had a great time. It was just a wonderful, wonderful, great time out there in Malibu and this lovely organization. And I do want also to have Kathy on as a guest. And so she can talk more about it. And also she's on YouTube, telling her story and giving speeches and whatnot. And she's just a fascinating woman. So yeah, that was great fun. And, but I have some more questions for Ian if you guys are ready for it. Well, anyway, so Ian was, this champion kickboxer. Then he started getting into all the movies and the kickboxing movies and all of this stuff. And he's a great actor. He's a brilliant actor. And we were in a theater company, and I've said this many times, but one of the shows I would love to have you on, Ian, is another guest. We've had her on before, and twice there's been technical glitches. Tana Marie, she's also one of my favorites, a really, really good medium, and she can do a lot of different things, but she can focus on past lives and past life regression. And because it's just so interesting. When I get her on the show, Ian, I would love to have you on then and us get a little mini reading. Just because something has gone on with Ian and I. We have, since our early 20s, like drifted in and out of each other's lives. And I see him and we're friends, and then I don't see him for years, and he shows up, and that's what happened. He showed up in this theater company that I had been in for quite some time. He just showed up, and we were doing this play together, and that's when I was diagnosed with cancer. Terminal cancer, if I didn't, of course, get it, the Western medicine doctors were saying chemo, radiation, blah, blah, blah. And so I went into the process of healing myself with alternative medicine. And let's see, do you want to tell the story about the Whisper? Because Ian's going to tell you right now that he says he thought I made it up because I was trying to pick up on him in that play.
Okay. Well, I just had to tell everybody on Facebook, in case anybody's listening, that I do have a penis and I do love women. So, not gay and not transvestite for Cynthia's first couple questions. But thanks for straightening that out for me, Cynthia. There could have been a girl out there wondering. So yeah, penis and women. There we go.
Straightening it out.
Okay.
No
Well, the question about straightening it out. Okay. Anyway, so the question, the Little Whisper. Okay, basically I was doing a play with Cynthia called Spoiled Women, and yes, she was spoiled because she was given a brain, and she learned that cancer was curable if you stayed away from your oncologist, and she never even went to an oncologist other than for tests and some questioning, and was smart enough to do it holistically, and basically got her pH up, which we didn't even know what a pH was at that time, or an alkaline diet. But she is a very spiritual woman, in case you don't know, very connected. Connected to God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And she just put her faith in that, and it led her to the people that helped cure herself of terminal cervical cancer. And when I heard that little whisper, I just kind of looked at her and said, shut up, you can't cure cancer. Nobody can cure cancer. What are you talking about? I thought she was just a pretty girl trying to get attention as usual. But no, she was a pretty girl, and I gave her lots of attention, and I learned as much as I possibly could about it. Turns out cancer is curable.
Yeah, you did.
It's just that unfortunately our government is into making money and reducing population, so they let people like Rockefeller and all those, Illuminati from back in the early 1900s take over the medical schools by investing in them. So they teach our doctors what to do for medical. Like, you go to your doctor, it's because the pharmacy, the fox that was guarding the hen house is the one, teaching. So it's really unfortunate about all that. But luckily her and I teamed up together when I saw she was living proof. And then I researched and found plenty more people. Like everywhere I turned on the internet. So when internet first came out in the early 90s, I was like always on it, straight out of Brooklyn, man, in my little, I'll never forget that little studio we had going there. Camera running around the city on the subways trying to get interviews of people that cured themselves of cancer just to get proof. And I did make that movie, I Cure Cancer, and hence this radio show and another film. Part 2 is about to come out, and then I hope to make Hemp Boxer as well, which will be a feature film that when you walk away from it, you'll have been entertained with a nice action-packed martial art type movie, yet you'll also learn how to cure yourself of cancer if you ever get it. So there's the story.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you told me that, because I didn't know, as far as your film Hemp Boxer, that you were going to get into the details of how to cure yourself of cancer. And I also want to say that what was funny is that Ian, when we did the play and we spent some time together, and then we kind of drifted apart again, and I hadn't heard from him. I apologize for this frog in my throat, everybody. I don't know what this is. I must have swallowed a seagull out at the beach yesterday or something and not knowing it. Anyway, I'm glad that, that is going to be part of your film, so they can walk away from the film. So if they don't see your show or my show, they can walk away from that, film, and also have an idea of how this is all possible, that it's completely easy, to cure yourself of cancer now with everything that we know, and especially with the internet. I didn't have a computer when I was curing myself, and, so I was like getting in the car and driving to people, and I really, really want to validate. It's so interesting. I want to validate Ian again, because he didn't even really believe me, but he said, I want to know about this. So he followed me, to because I was still getting checkups from my microscopist and, checking in with the physicists and the kinesiologists and whatnot. He followed me to almost every single one, and it was just really wanting to learn, even though what was so interesting is that he was still battling doubt, and yet he was open-minded and open-hearted enough, and the open heart has a lot to do with it, of taking in this information. And, again, I was just studying with the Essenes who wrote the Dead Sea Scrolls, and Jesus Christ was an Essene. And a lot of their technology is still around and extremely useful. But I had just entered into the seminary taking the different classes, so just barely in it when I got my diagnosis. And at that time, I really wouldn't consider myself at all a spiritualist. And I talk about it in my book. I was an angry Catholic, and I left the Catholic Church in my late teens. And I decided I was an atheist, and that God and nothing existed, and the universe is against you, and all of this stuff. And so, as I say, my journey through cancer wasn't even finding a cure for cancer. That was kind of like a byproduct of what happened. My journey was trying to find my God, my personal God. And believe it or not, it wasn't Ian, and I know he'll say that it was, but it wasn't. It was a different God. Okay, so we got a delay there, I think, and I was. Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Say that again. I missed it.
Sorry about. I just apologize again for the delay. It's interesting that I don't think there's a delay with Vincent.
I know. Why don't?
Yeah.
Cynthia, why don't you hang up? Why don't you try Vincent? Why don't you hang Cynthia up or something? Because you and I seem to be fine, but she's the one that's delayed, and it's really not working for these jokes. Those jokes would have been hysterical if it wasn't for the time lapse. Oh my god! How do you do a penis vagina joke with bad timing?
I'll open it.
Like, I don't know. Hang her up again. Hang her up.
Okay, I will hang her up and try to bring her back in. And Ian, you've disappointed 50% of the population by your announcement. You are straight.
Probably more.
Hey.
Ian, take it away. I'm going to hang up on J. Cynthia and bring her back in, okay? And I'm muted.
Thank you, Vincent.
Well, I don't know if anybody hears me. It looks like we've lost connection. Yeah. Okay, I wonder if I'm on. Looks like the call's coming back, and maybe the wind moving that satellite. So I'm going to go find Ian. Let's see, can I bring him back right here? Come on. And I think I might be broadcasting. So, yeah, I think the wind might be moving the satellite around out here. That may be the problem. But as I was hanging up on J. Cynthia, the call fell. It looks like it's bringing back the Ian. And as soon as he picks up, I will bring J. Cynthia back also. I'm not sure if anybody can hear me. Yeah, okay. Ian, do we have you back? Hi, Ian. Okay, you're sending me a message. Hey, so I got you, buddy? Okay, there you are.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I believe it might have been the wind on the satellite dish that moved us out of position. As I hung up on J. Cynthia, the call dropped. So let me go back and bring her in.
Okay. Yeah, well, you sound great. Hopefully she'll be just as good. Man, what a day. What a day to have that.
Yeah, that's live radio. And this is... Great. We got you back, J. Cynthia.
Okay. How are you? Let me see how you sound. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, we still got the delay.
Now we are all good, and there's no...
Okay, let's do a test.
Must be you then.
Okay, let's do a test. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. How long did it take to hear? Did y'all count back yourself?
I didn't have any delay there on you.
I think that this...
Okay, hey, look.
How about me?
Just, yeah, you guys are sounding great on my end, except for just, I think y'all are pausing. Well, maybe we're confusing a pause with the delay. So, hey, guys, just take it away, and when you get to the punchline, just kind of lull it out, and then let it get to the other end, and then we can all laugh. I've got that canned laughter open, too, so yeah, go ahead.
All right,
Well,
what was your
okay,
question,
I'll just try
Cynthia?
this
Just
again
make them
and-
short and sweet.
Okay, my question was, so when you broke up with Brad Pitt, for me, I was just wondering how you felt about that.
Was that before or after
Okay.
you made
Well, at
the
least that, I think. Oh no, you went out, dude. You went out on your punchline.
Yeah, was that with Julia?
Before or after I made the what?
Yeah, when he made.
Oh, the mess. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I never dated Brad Pitt. Never dated a dude yet. I guess you didn't get that on the last answer. Okay.
Oh, well, yeah,
Cynthia,
that's because
you do realize
you so love to remind me I'm blonde, so it's hard.
Now, Jay Cynthia is very, very beautiful, and I had my friend over here ask me how old you was, and I said a woman never tells. So, but we do know that you.
Oh
was,
no, I
Yeah,
tell.
she
No,
won't.
I'm,
how old?
I'm going to turn 25 this year.
That's it. See, I've turned 25 with 25 years experience in October myself.
You tell
Wow.
your friend that the only numbers that really matter is bus size.
Yeah. Now look at you. Both of you guys have a great film career. Ian, you've done several kickboxing movies. You were number 2 in the world at one point in time. That was when in the 80s, or was that the 90s? And tell us some movies you made, and then we'll ask Jay Cynthia her movies, because I see one that I really want to see that I haven't been able to find, and I never got back to you for a link on that one about the addiction. What was the name of that one, Jay Cynthia?
Oh, Clean. That's right. That was called Clean, and yeah. You can buy the DVD. I can't remember where. The director contacted me, Niall Garcia, a really talented guy, and there's some site where you can get the I don't even have it. I've never, you know what I'm saying? I watched a lot of the editing and whatnot, and I saw a lot of different cuts, but whatever the DVD is, I've not seen the final cut, and then they also put behind the scenes, and he wrote me that I was, because I was like goofing around so much on set that he said that I was heavily featured in the behind the scenes, and so I'm going to get that DVD and see if he'll send me one, because I still want, that's something else I still want to see.
Oh, I want to see for sure. I've seen clips and they look awesome. You started out at a very young age with the soap opera Days of Our Lives. Is that right?
I was on there for a couple of years, but I started even earlier than that. I was kind of born into the ballet studio. My sister's 4 years older than me, and my mother had already put her in ballet. So by the time I came around, you know what I mean? I was, by the time I was 2, I was put in ballet. And the first time that I was on stage and performed was 4. So, and just had been performing ever since. So, and it wasn't until I really liked, okay, this is going to be a big surprise for everybody, so brace yourself. Ballet is an expression through the body, and I wanted to use my big mouth. So, I wanted to get into acting. And, I'm kind of glad there's a delay, because if Ian, the big mouth joke, I know he's wanting to get in there and say something, and because of the delay, I probably won't hear it until tomorrow. That's fine. But anyway, so then I went into acting on stage. So stage is really my first love. It always has been. And, it wasn't until a few years ago, my early 20s, that, I started auditioning for film and television and all that stuff. And, they're all such different mediums. I love them all. I really do. And I love this medium. I love radio as well. There's so much improv, and I studied at the Groundlings and for a long time and whatnot. So I love, being on stage and having to be really on top of your game and being live on radio, because it's all improv and, in the sense that delivering the information and blah, blah, blah. And then I just love the art of doing theater and the whole process of 6 weeks rehearsal and you're living in the theater, you know, day and night pretty much. And that was very true also for the soap opera. In those days, they did an old format of shooting, and I was literally always over at NBC. I was there from 5 o'clock in the morning till 9 at night. A lot of times we just left in our dressing room because, you know, what's the point of driving home? You're just going to turn around and come right back. So that was a pretty interesting journey as well. But, it wasn't until my, like I said, a few years ago, early 20s, I started doing film and television.
Uh-huh. Now, I'd like to ask you, do you find it frustrating? And I think probably that three of us here have probably experienced this same dilemma. People assuming that we're not very smart because we are so beautiful.
Well, I know they do that to you quite a bit, Vincent. I'm sorry about that. It's just your beauty. Your beauty is your curse, and you're going to have to, you know what I mean, just live with that.
Ian, what was your first film that you did?
Oh boy, because I did so many little parts. I think Don the Dragon Wilson is a good friend of mine. Anybody doesn't know Don Wilson, known as the Dragon from kickboxing days back, going back to the 70s. I mean, this guy was still fighting in his late 40s, early 50s.
The pornos were your first.
Canned laughter.
Yeah, I see. No pornos. Didn't do those yet, Cynthia. Yeah, notice I said yeah, because there's always, you know, tomorrow.
Yes.
We always find the actors in the gutters of Hollywood in the very end, right?
Well, you know, a sad part of that is true. A good friend, I can't say good friend, but a friend of mine, Milli Vanilli, one of the Milli Vanilli guys, the green-eyed guy, I used to bodyguard for him on occasion, and he ended up, before he passed, because he got into drugs and everything, you know. Once they found out who he was, that he was a lip syncer and not really talented, it screwed him up big time, and he went into drugs and he died. And unfortunately, that was his last get-go too, was doing porno. I couldn't believe it. Felt so bad for the guy, because here he was. I don't know if you guys remember Milli Vanilli. I grew up with him in the early 90s, and they were huge. I don't care. There were songs of theirs, as kind of gay as they may have sounded. You know, if you were in love, which I was, and when I was young, they were, and also they had some really good songs. I really liked them, and I liked both the guys. They were nice guys too. I hung out with them quite a bit when they would come to the clubs. But unfortunately, the one did great. Fab Fabrice, he did really good. The brown-eyed guy. What?
Ian, did you just say you were in love with Milli Vanilli? Did you just say you were in love with Milli Vanilli? I think I heard that.
She is really trying to get you to come out. She is busting your chops. Let's just come out together, shall we?
That's funny.
I'm so sorry. I thought I heard that. I'm just trying to be clear.
Yeah, I admit, I love Milli Vanilli's music. I did. Girl, you know it's true. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sorry, I shouldn't sing.
I love it.
Anyway, the point is that I'm glad that one of the guys made it out of there, but that was sad. That was one of my Hollywood stories, since we're talking Hollywood. And as far as my movie career goes, I did a lot of fight scenes in Don the Dragon Wilson's films. I started in his film Ring of Fire 2 because their bad guy couldn't get across the border from Canada, so they threw me in there. And I played Kalen, the lead bad guy in Ring of Fire 2, and that was sort of really what showed me that I was going to be an actor. Then I starred in Expert Weapon, I starred in Deathmatch, where I got to play the good guy. And this time around, since I decided to manifest an acting career, I'm skipping auditions, I'm skipping, agents, I'm skipping the rat race, and I'm just going straight to, hey, let's make my movie. And I think it's going to happen because it's an amazing script idea, if I do say so myself. Plus, I have an amazing writer working with me, and I'm pretty sure awards are coming. Awards will be coming because it's going to be so deep. People are going to be seeing going to be like kind of watching Rocky, but Rocky's already married and Adrian died and the kid's got cancer. So that's what it's about. That's where my movie career is at now.
Awesome. I would love to do anything I could. Let's talk later and see if there's anything I can do to help be a part of that, because I think that would be great. I really,
I love her.
Okay, we can do that part. Go ahead, Ian. He's flabbergasted.
Yeah, sorry, wait. This delay is kind of screwing me. So I have a great point to make, and then the delay happens, and then once it gets to me speaking, I forget what the hell I was going to say, so I'm sorry.
Not a problem.
Where are we? We're at...
Yes. Okay, we're back to your film career. When you started out, you were doing some fight scenes. We got up to the death match, and there's a young lady in there, a little short gal that you worked with, awesome martial artist. What's her name?
Wait, Cynthia Rothrock? Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, she had a nickname.
I did a movie with Cynthia as well. I did a movie called Martial Law, and she was in it.
Really? And that's that young gal that I
didn't know you were in that.
Back in the day. Oh, cool. She's kind of a half pint.
Yeah, that one was like with Chad McQueen was the star of it, Steve McQueen's son. And who else was in it? It was just like really, I don't know why. It was like a very funny cast. And I played a drug dealer's girlfriend. I only had a few scenes in that, but that was pretty hysterical. But yeah, Chad McQueen was very big into martial arts too. I didn't know if you guys knew that. And he did his own martial arts stuff in that film.
Hey, let me ask both of you, Jay Cynthia first and then Ian. What, have you guys like been out in public and then somebody just like, oh my God, it's you. Jay Cynthia.
Oh yeah. It's kind of funny because, that happened a lot to me on the soap opera, and, in those days it was very different because there wasn't so much cable going on. Cable was just making its way. And the soap opera fans are interesting. They're a much different fan, and they really believe you're part of the family. And because the psychologists say it's because we're in, every day we're in their living room. And, so I was a good girl for a while and everybody loved me. And then they wrote me into this, to the two major characters on that, a love triangle, like I was trying to break up the marriage. And then everybody hated me. And I remember some old ladies chasing me in the airport in Utah, yelling at me way after it had finished airing.
Oh my! That
I was, I know they were chasing me and yelling at me, calling me a home wrecker. And I was telling them, look, the only home I've ever wrecked was my own and my parents. That's the only marriage I've ever broken up.
Soap operas are so real life for so many people, though, aren't they?
Yeah, very much so. And it was funny because I just got kind of outed in a sense in the, this cracked me up. This has never happened before. At the deli at a Ralph's that I go to, I did this was a fun movie as well. I did a film called, and I only had maybe 7 scenes in this. It was called Invisible Mom 2 with Dee Wallace Stone, who's an amazing woman. And, I played a young mother and my son had been kidnapped and whatnot. But, the people that were, Dee Wallace Stone, of course, and this was a franchise, Invisible Mom, or I think they were trying to develop it into a child's franchise. It was for children. And the cool part was Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees. He was one of the bad guys, and, his sister, who played his sister, and she was a bad guy too, was Mary Warenoff, who is an amazing artist. I couldn't believe it. And she said, I talked to her a great deal on set because I was a huge fan, and she was complaining that the only reason she was acting was to try to support her art career, as an artist and a great writer. And so I don't know, through my whole career, I kept, falling into really interesting casts, if you will say, and characters. And of course, the biggest one ever is, falling into doing stuff with Ian, if you want to talk about crazy characters.
Awesome. Ian, what about you? Have you been like that moment in the street when you get the double take? I mean, not just the double take that you probably get all the time, but the double take where, hey, I know you.
From the men, mostly.
Yeah, I do, but it's... yeah, I do, but and it's usually Patrick Swayze, or it depends on what haircut I have. It's Patrick Swayze if it's longer, if it's short. Sometimes I get George Michael, which I'm sure you love that one, Cynthia. But yeah,
I love it.
So look, when I come to LA, I was already supposed to come. But listen, when I do get to LA, so Jay, Cynthia, you're gonna take us all to a gay bar, right? And we're gonna go have some parties, right? Have fun.
No, you can't go there because Ian got 86 for making out, in public.
Oh boy!
Public display of too much.
See how you are, Ian. You're such a show off.
I know, it's so hard.
He is.
Well, look. Okay, now I've got run up against the rail. Which way do we go now? Jay Cynthia has.
I don't know. I think
it's kind of hard because.
Okay, just before the delay.
It's interesting and pointed at the same time at our last show together that we're having technical problems.
Right.
Yeah, it was hysterical. I woke up this morning. And thinking, oh, this is so awesome. I don't have to worry about that show at all. And then I got on the computer, and it's just my habit. I checked, Facebook and made sure that we were all on, and are we going to do it? Yeah, okay, we're going. And then boom, we got technical difficulties as far as the sound goes, which is the worst because this is Cynthia's comedy routine, and timing is everything in comedy, so it's too bad, but it's all right. We're kind of getting the gist of it, and I see people writing that they're laughing and getting some LOLs on the Facebook. Did you see that picture I put up, Cynthia? I put a picture up of you and I from like 17 years ago. We're so young.
No, have you just put it up recently? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I just put up right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Well, with the delay and everything, I just want to get this out there, everybody's information. So, Ian, if you want to, tell us all the websites where you can be contacted and whatnot.
Oh, just the best one is through icurecancer.com. That's sort of the thing that started it all, the original documentary. So just go to icurecancer.com if you have any questions about curing cancer or pretty much health issues in general. Thanks to being in this area, a lot of my friends on Facebook, that's the best. If you can become a friend of mine on Facebook, I'm G.I. Jacqueline, like G.I. Joe, but G.I. Jacqueline, Jacklin, or my iCure Cancer group on Facebook as well there's some great people there that are sharing information, and that's all we're doing is sharing information for those that want to try something other than what their oncologist is saying, and I think that's good news because unfortunately most of the oncologists, especially in the Western medicine world, are only taught one way, and that's to use the pharmaceuticals, and I'm telling you folks, that's just not the way. I've done enough research to know that you have to go holistic. You really do.
Yeah, also, I just want to get out my information, my website. My websites are being built right now. There's going to be a website for Cancer Kickers, and my website, jcynthiabrooks.com. But mostly, it's weird, you know what I mean, in this day and age, because Facebook feels more like a website, than a regular website. And the girl who does this for me, the technical stuff, I'm like, why do I need a website? Like, I'm all over Facebook and whatnot. But we're going to put it there. It's going to be there. But for right now, on Facebook, I'm Jay Cynthia Brooks Official, but I'm almost up to 5,000 friends again, so I've been trying to get everybody over to, my like page, which is, you can type it in either way, Jay Cynthia Brooks /House of Healing or House of Healing Jay Cynthia Brooks. I'm told there's a lot of House of Healings on Facebook, which I'm really pretty disappointed because I thought it was so brilliant. It was kind of an homage in a sense to Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy, Houses of Healing, and so that flopped on me. So anyway, while I've got we've got a few minutes, but seriously, I know it's going to be hard, but oh God, I did it again. Anyway, I'm going to be serious. I have a question for you, Ian, because you really know about this. We were discussing someone who had recently has contracted prostate cancer. And last night you were like, oh yeah, that's easy to cure. And I'm wondering why you feel that's easy to cure. And secondly, I'm wondering about Michael with his pancreatic cancer. And from your point of view, I'd like to hear why you think that's so difficult. And I'm wondering also how Michael even got, because he's so aware of an alkaline diet, how did he get pancreatic cancer when his alkaline levels, I'm guessing they would be where they should be, around 7.2?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Say that question one more time, Cynthia. I apologize. I didn't get it all.
Okay. I have a punchline, but I'm going to keep it to myself. So I'll go backwards. First, back to Michael. How is Michael doing with his pancreatic cancer? And how in the world did he get cancer? I'm sure his alkaline levels had to be up at 7.2, weren't they?
Okay, right. No, I don't know about that for sure. To be honest, I found that a lot of healers I know, just because they know what to preach, they don't necessarily practice it. So I don't know whether, because it's not like he had been battling cancer his whole life. He never had it. It's just suddenly it came through his breastbone. And you asked me, it's because of the stress he went through by being raided. I mean, for those of you who don't know, Michael McDonald was one of the head lab guys or technicians at Camelot Cancer Center, which was probably the best place in America I know of to go for cancer treatment, because they did holistic and they had a 75% success rate, which is amazing because chemotherapy is known to only have a 3% success rate for tumor type cancers and maybe 40% for the blood type cancers. That's not very good odds. They had 75%, with doing this. They had DMSO and high dose vitamin C, Laetrile, all the stuff that actually works, and they were doing it off label, totally legal. But turns out the FBI, they're the Nazis for, the bigwigs that run the show, and just came in and shut them down. Said, sorry, they stole medicine right out of the patient's hands. And that one guy who had the medicine knocked out of his hands from his wife died not too long after that. She was doing great on their treatments, doing the medicines and everything, and she died after that. So who knows how many people they killed that time. And they probably they trying to kill Michael because the stress that he went through, he basically was there trying to leave. One of the agents suddenly got a bug up their butt and decided to get in his way, and so she double deked him and he moved and they kind of clashed, and she's a woman, so, and I guess her husband or boyfriend or whatever just came in, big 6'6", and just, dropped Michael, just beat the hell out of him. But they took him to jail, and the jail wouldn't accept him. They had to take him to the hospital to get treated first. So, and then he spent the weekend there. They let him out. Now he's doing I think about a year at home. Prison at home, because he was a part of that. And they thought he tried to stop that investigation, which he didn't. It was just sort of a misunderstanding. He just kind of bumped into the wrong person at the wrong time. And so if you ask me, I'm sure that stress caused all the cancer. That's what usually sets off a cancer in the first place, is some sort of major stress. Now he's working on, I have been in touch with him, he's working on everything, trying to get his alkaline back up.
Terrible time right before my cancer emotionally, you know what I'm saying? So I agree wholeheartedly. And then I was just curious from your point of view, why you say like prostate cancer is so easy to cure and pancreatic cancer is very difficult. I want to hear your point of view, because isn't it about getting the body just alkalized?
Well, that's key. The prostate, the pancreatic cancer, I don't know why that one's so tough. I just know that it is. So he's going to do I think he's probably doing the Kelly protocol or similar to that with the high enzymes from last I checked. I think he knows what he's doing. Now, but to answer your other question about prostate, why that's so different, again, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know why. I just know that I know a lot more people that cured prostate cancer than I do pancreatic. And I think I'm one of them, because I was having pee issues, and my pH was 5 for over 6 months. And went on an alkaline diet, got on the cannabis hemp oil, and got my pH back up to 7.4, and everything's been fine. I'm peeing normally, and everything's cool. Whereas, folks, had I not done that, I'm pretty sure I'd say by now, or maybe even 6 months from now, I'd be in the ER or some sort of hospital saying, "Oh my God, I can't pee, or I pee. That's all I do is pee." And they check me out, and I got prostate cancer. And next thing you know, I'm dead, or I lose my prostate, which means no more sex, gentlemen. If you do, I don't care if you're gay, straight, or what. If you want sex again in your life, do not get your prostate removed. From what I hear, not only do you not get to have sex anymore, but you have to wear diapers. And it's such a simple cancer to cure, man. Just get on an alkaline diet.
Hey, Ian.
Yes.
Here it comes.
I just want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for being my guest on my first show and talking so much about your pee and your erections. And I really want to thank you. I think it sets a really great tone for my first show.
Hey, that's awesome. Hey, let me ask something a little different from my end. I'm very proud to be here, a part of this with you guys. I started actually. I filled in for somebody. It was over a year ago. Dr. Carpenter for the medical conspiracy, and I did my first essay in a sense that, and that brought me in here, and here I am at UCY. Next Thursday, I will have been here for 1 year. So you guys join me, Vince Easley, for What Matters, right here on UCY.TV for the 1 year anniversary show. And I'm going to be talking to you guys right here because I'm going to get a bunch of folks together just pop in and say hello and give your background story and maybe reminisce a little bit about some of our past experiences together. But anyways, Ian, I love you, brother. Man, I'm so proud to be a part of what you're doing. Jay Cynthia, you're wonderful. You have such both you guys, a wonderful soul, big, beautiful hearts, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. And I'm going to say bye-bye and let you guys close out the show, and glad to be on your team, Jay Cynthia.
Oh my God, I couldn't be more thrilled,
Thank you,
Vincent.
brother.
I just thank you so much, Vincent. Thank you so much for all your help and everything you've done. He's running around, the country doing his thing right now, and he's had to go to a special area to host the show because Blondie over here doesn't know how, and even if she did, it would be a disaster. So I just so appreciate, you and JJ and Jules at the station. I just so appreciate this opportunity and love working with you. And Vincent, I didn't quite hear. I think it's next Thursday, so I'm hoping I heard right. I'm sure you'll post it. And I'm worried our listeners didn't quite hear it. It's next Thursday is your 1 year anniversary. Is that right?
That's right. 1 year next Thursday, and I'll be sending you guys some information, and hopefully you'll be able to pop in and say hi, just for a few minutes at least. And hey, you guys, you're great.
Absolutely.
And we're coming up to the end of the show,
right
so
on.
y'all
Thanks,
say goodbye. Love y'all. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Vincent.
So,
right on,
Ian,
Cynthia. Well, I'll hand over the goodbye
words?
to you. Yeah, I was just going to hand over the goodbye to you, so before you do it, see if I can get this in before you start talking again. IQCancer.com, folks, and I will be back. Cynthia, Vincent, and James are probably going to hold the reins up here, and I'll stop in once in a while and say hi to everybody. I'll be praying for you and pray for me, man. I appreciate it. Cheers.
Amen, brother. Take us out,
thank you, everybody, for listening. Okay, I will. I love that I was already intending to do so.
Hi,
Thank
everybody.
You everyone for listening.
Hi, Mom.
See you next.
Bye. Big love.
I believe in angels, and I believe in you. I believe in the simple things and everything you do. I believe in the heavens above, and I believe in truth. I believe in the love we have, because I believe in you.